Understanding part 33. Continuing with understanding the new life. And in understanding the new life, this is part 9 of that. And last week we were considering a right response to the truth. So I felt that maybe it needs more exposure to us. We require more understanding on right response to the truth. So I felt that we'll continue to dig through that subject, that we will have a better clarity about what response signifies. And today my focus is mainly, last week I was mainly focusing on what is involved in a right response. Today my focus will be more upon the response. What is a response basically? So I'll do that by dwelling on Psalms chapter 92. We will take Psalms chapter 92 and whole of the Psalm we will take to be able to understand more about right response to the truth. It is a very beautiful Psalm. Many a times I have dwelt upon it, and every time I consider this Psalm, it has been such a blessing to me, because it speaks about the response and the greatness of God and His works. If you will see in Psalm chapter 92 verse 1 and 2, it actually speaks of three kinds of responses that usually come in a person who has really experienced the truth or understood the truth or the reality of the truth or realized the truth. Okay, so it speaks of three kinds of responses there, and if you will see in Psalms 92 verse 1 and 2.
It is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to thy name, O Most High, to declare thy steadfast love in the morning and thy faithfulness by night. Okay,
so if you will see in this scripture portion, he is showing us three kinds of responses. First response is thanksgiving. Second response is praising. Third response is proclaiming. Okay, proclaiming or declaring. Okay, a person who has really realized the truth or understood his ways or understood his works, these will be the responses, or these should be the responses that come from the heart of a man. So, but before I kind of dwell upon these three responses, I want to dwell on the aspect of why those responses. Okay, why such response is coming? Okay, why is this kind of thanksgiving and praising and declaring or proclaiming is coming? So let's try to understand from verse 4. If you will see Psalm chapter 92 verse 4.
For thou, O Lord, hast made me glad by thy work. At the works of thy hands I sing for joy.
Okay, so what is he saying? For thou, O Lord, hast made me glad. Okay, read that. For thou, O Lord, hast
made me glad by thy work.
By thy work, at the work of thy hands I sing for joy. So see, so that means that something to do with his work. Okay, as it comes to understand his works, they are arising gladness in the heart of this man. They are arising shouts of joy in the heart of this man. Okay, they are arising that. So it is not that he is building them up or he is trying to build them up. Usually what happens is, many a time we can build it on our own, like you may put some music or put something and build your emotions, but that is not the response that is coming. The response that is coming, or why is he becoming glad and why is he shouting for joy, is because of understanding his works. Okay, So what is he saying there? For thou, O Lord, hast made me glad by thy work. At the works of thy hands I shout for joy. Okay, so those kind of responses are coming because he has been made glad. And why has he been made glad? He has been made glad because of his works. Okay, works of his hands. So if you will continue to read further, there in 5 verse 5, he says, how great are your works, O Lord, and how deep are your thoughts. Okay, how great are your works, O Lord, and how deep are your thoughts. Okay, so that means that because of those works that he has seen, or because of those works which he is getting exposed to, okay, these kind of affections and these kind of desires and this kind of thanksgiving, this kind of praise and this kind of declaration is coming from his heart. We will see Job chapter 5 verse 9. Job chapter 5 verse 9.
Who does great and untouchable things, wonders without number.
Okay, what is he saying? Who does
great and unsearchable things.
Okay, great and unsearchable things,
wonders
without number. Okay, so are the works of God. Whenever you see something wonderful, it makes you wonder. It fills your heart with wonder. Okay, it fills your heart with awe. The problem is, for many, this is not an experience. We will see Psalm chapter 104 verse 24. Psalm chapter 104 verse 24.
O Lord, how manifold are thy works! In wisdom hast thou made them all. The earth is full of thy creation.
Okay, can you see that? So what is saying? How manifold or how many are your works, O Lord? The earth is full of them. Psalm 107 verse 31.
Let them thank the Lord for his steadfast love, for his wonderful works to the sons of men.
Okay, can you say, let them thank the Lord for the wonderful works that he does toward the sons of men. Okay, wonderful works that he does toward the sons of men. No, this is not an experience of many of us, yes or no? If you will see, let's say, for example, how many of you really sing in your life? I am not saying publicly. Really, out of wonder, out of gladness, out of the knowledge of his works, or the understanding of his works, is it your experience that you thank and you praise and you sing to him on a constant basis? Not as just a ritual, but really from the heart. The problem is, I haven't seen many doing that. That's amazing. Okay, that is amazing. Come to Psalm chapter 111, verse 2 to 4. Psalms 111, verse 2 to 4.
Great are the works of the Lord.
Okay, great are the works of the Lord.
Studied by all who have pleasure in them.
Okay, no. This is where the problem comes. Great are your works, O Lord. They are studied by whom and?
By all who delight in it.
But problem is our delight is somewhere else. That is the problem. Our delight is in our job, our delight is in our relationships. Okay, delight in our wealth, delight in our prosperity. That is where our delight is. So obviously you don't dwell upon his work. So obviously you will not thank him. Obviously you will not praise him. Obviously you will not declare. Yes. Okay, I will come to that point as we go further. So what works? And like specifically in Psalms 92, what works is he considering? If you will see verse 7, he speaks of the works that because of which he is thanking, because of which he is praising, because of which he is declaring.
Though the wicked sprout like grass,
Read from the previous verse.
the dull man cannot know, the stupid cannot understand this. That though the wicked sprout like grass and evildoers flourish, they are doomed to destruction forever. But thou...
Okay, so if you will see here, what is he saying? Read that again. That...
Though the wicked sprout...
Okay, though the wicked sprout like grass.
And all evildoers flourish.
And all evildoers flourish.
They are doomed to destruction.
Okay, but they are doomed to destruction. Okay, now, if you will see verse 12.
The righteous flourish like the palm tree and grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
Okay. Now, so this is the work that he is speaking of. Wicked sprout like grass, but they are doomed for destruction. But the righteous are planted like trees. They flourish. Okay, so that is why he is rejoicing. Now, I was thinking, how many of our people, I was just thinking about our dear brothers and sisters in the fellowship, how many of us, if I will tell this, will really rejoice? I felt very, very, very few. What have we to do with wicked perishing? What have we to do with righteous flourishing? Nothing, because our life is more about we flourishing, we getting established, we getting settled. That is what our life is. Who has time to look at the wicked getting destroyed or righteous getting flourished? Is it really worth thinking? Is it really worth praising? Is it really worth thanking? Is it really worth thinking? No. For many of us, that is not the case. That is the problem. So, what are the works of the Lord? He says, though the wicked sprout like grass, but they are doomed for destruction. Who is the wicked man? Okay, who is a wicked man? A wicked man is one who disregards justice, righteousness and truth. Who is a wicked man? A wicked man is somebody who disregards justice, righteousness and truth. He does not regard those things. He doesn't care about it. So it's not whether you are coming to church or you are doing some good things. That is not what qualifies you to be a righteous man. Righteous man is somebody who gives regard to these things. But wicked man is somebody who disregards righteousness, justice and truth. He doesn't regard those things. He does not give weight to those things. Okay, so he is basically morally corrupt and morally wrong. That is a wicked person. So he is comparing them with grass. I was thinking, okay, why is a wicked man compared to a grass? Why is he compared to a grass? If you think about grass, again, not worth thinking, but if you think why grass, the characteristic of grass is they come up very fast. Okay, it doesn't take years for them to grow up. It doesn't take months for them to grow up. If a rain comes, within some time you will see that the grass is coming up. So the wicked is also like that. He comes up very fast. He becomes successful very fast. He gains name very fast. He gains fame very fast. You'll think that when this person was nothing, suddenly how he is gaining ground, suddenly how he is gaining name, suddenly how he is gaining fame. How is he coming up so fast? That is the nature of the wicked. They come up very fast. They prosper very fast. They gain name very fast. Okay, they gain fame very fast. Job chapter 12, verse 6. Job chapter 12, verse 6.
The tents of robbers are at peace, and those who provoke God are secure, who bring their God in their hands.
I read in another translation.
Hands of the destroyers prosper, and those who provoke God are secure. Whom God brings into their power.
No, KJ, read somebody else KJ.
Hands of robbers prosper, and those who provoke God are secure. In what God provides by His hand.
Okay, so they seem to be prospering, they seem to be securing. Like we live in a world today where evil is gaining ground like anything. He who does wrong is prospering. He who does unrighteousness seems to be prospering. He who is choosing to do wrong or evil or wickedness or unrighteousness, he seems to be prospering. And that is the character of the wicked. So wicked flourish fast. Okay, they gain name and fame very fast. Malachi chapter 3 verse 15.
Henceforth, redeem the arrogant blessed. Evildoers are not only prosper, but when they put God to the test, they escape.
Okay, can you see that? They seem to be having fun in life. They don't care about God. They don't have anything to do with God. They are prospering. Evildoers are prospering. Wrongdoers are prospering. They do wrong and they prosper. So, they come up very fast. Not only that, the other characteristic of grass is they spread very fast. Okay, the grass spreads very fast. So they not only come up very fast or grow very fast, but they spread very fast. Look at Job chapter 21 verse 7 to 12. (21) 7 to 12.
Why do the wicked live and become old? Yes, because mighty in past, their descendants are established with them in their sight, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. Their bulls breed without failure, their calves without miscarriage. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance.
Okay, can you see that this is the life of the wicked? Cool, hustle. On one, he is doing all unrighteousness. He is doing all wrong things. Okay, he is lying and he is stealing and he is compromising on truth, compromising on righteousness, compromising on wickedness. They are saying, who cares nowadays about all those things? Who cares about righteousness? Who cares about truth? Who cares about good? Who cares? Yes? So, they are doing all that is possible to do wrong. Okay, so they are prospering. So, when you see them, you will say, okay, why should I care? I will also follow and do the same thing. Yes or no? They are prospering like anything. So, let us also compromise a bit. That is what many of us do, maybe to compromise. Psalms chapter 37 verse 35. Okay, there is something, the problem is many of us see these things but we don't care about these things because we are not really desirous of God's righteousness. We are not really desirous of God's holiness. We are not really desirous of God's will to happen wherever we are, so we don't care. Man, but if you are really a child of God, what should be your prayer? Our Father who art in heaven, what is it? Hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done wherever we are. That should be our desire. When you are seeing wickedness, when you are seeing unrighteousness, when you are seeing adultery, when you are seeing evil all around, why is it that it doesn't bother you? Because we don't care. Why? Because we also don't desire righteousness that much in our life. That is the problem. But if you are somebody who really loves God, who really desires God and God's kingdom and God's will, whenever you will see evil or wickedness around you, it will bring up hatred. It will bring up dislike towards that. If you are able to see evil and still enjoy, okay, if you are able to be in evil and still enjoy, if you are able to do evil then still enjoy, then you are in company with the wicked. That's it. Yeah, Psalms chapter 73, 37 you read, you read 37, 35.
I have seen a wicked man spreading himself like a luxuriant tree
Okay, he spreads like a luxuriant tree, yeah.
in its native soil. Then he passed away.
Okay, so can you see that? He spreads man, big house, big bangla, big car, big things. And if you are also a person who is desiring something like that, you will also follow him, obviously. Okay, so that is how he spreads. Psalm 73 verse 3 to 12. Read first. Psalm 73, 3 to 12.
For I was envious of the arrogant when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For they have no pangs, their bodies are sound and sleek. They are not in trouble as other men are. They are not stricken like other men. Therefore, pride is their necklace. Violence covers them as a garment. Their eyes swell out with fatness. Their hearts overflow with folly. They scoff and speak with malice. Loftily they threaten oppression. They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue struts through the earth. Therefore the people turn and praise them, and find no fault in them. And they say, how can God know? Is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the wicked. Always at ease, they increase in riches.
Always at ease, they increase in riches. Okay, this is how the wicked are. And when we see all that, we say, okay, who cares about righteousness? Who cares about justice? Who cares about truth? Everybody is doing that. So, what matters? Is not that your attitude? Okay, you may not be doing that, but what is your attitude when you see those things? What kind of attitude comes through you when you see that? Carelessness? You don't care. You know why you don't care? Because you don't care about God. Because if you care about God, you will care about those things. You will pray about those things. Lord, how is it that wickedness is perishing? How is it that evil is perishing? Like when you are seeing governments coming up, being led by evil people. Okay, the things coming up led by evil people. Do you pray about those things? You say, what? Who cares? Why you don't care about all the wickedness that is around you? Why you don't care? It is because you are compromising with that in your heart. Given a chance, you will also join with them. That is the problem. We are not hating that. We are not hating that. That is the problem. Okay, so they come up very fast, they spread very fast. If you will see in Genesis chapter 6, verse 5 to 8.
The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Keep it.
And the Lord was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man whom I have created from the face of the ground, man and beast and creeping things and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. But the Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord.
Can you see that? If God is grieved at something, why are you not grieved at that thing? If God is sorrowful about something, why are you not sorrowful about that thing? If it grieves God, why is it not grieving you? Why is wickedness around you not grieving? Why is evil around you not grieving? Why is unrighteousness around you not grieving? You know why? In your heart, you are at peace with them. because they benefit you. Yes? Then look at the state of your heart. Look at the state of your heart. If something is grieving God, how can I be fine with them? If something is causing sorrow to God, how can I be at rest with them? How can? How can you? Do you really care? Do you really care? Do you really have the heart towards God? Do we have? Okay, so and the grass comes up very fast. It spreads very fast. And another characteristic of grass, it goes very fast. That is the character of grass, and that is the character of wicked. Job chapter 15 verse 29.
He will not be rich, and his wealth will not endure, nor will he strike root in the earth.
Can you see that? What will happen? Keep reading.
He will not be rich.
He will not be rich. He would want to be rich, but he will not become rich. Yeah.
And his wealth will not endure.
His wealth will not endure.
Nor will he strike root.
Nor will he get stable. Why, man? How is it? How is it? Because there is a God. And because of that, this psalmist is rejoicing. Because of that, this psalmist is thanking. For many of us, we don't care. Why? We don't care about God only. That is the problem. Now, why is wicked not prospering? Why is wicked not getting established? Why is wickedness, though it seems to be everywhere, it is not raining? You know why? Because there is a God. Why doesn't that cause praise and thanksgiving within you? It is because we only are compromising. Yes or no? We only are compromising. Job chapter 20 verse 5. Job chapter 20 verse 5.
Do you not know this from of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the exulting of the wicked is short,
exulting of the wicked is short,
and the joy of the godless but for a moment.
Amen. Exulting of the wicked is short, and joy of the godless is just a moment, just a moment. Who maintains that? Who makes their joy just for a moment? Who does that? God. Who does that? It is God. Does it not make your heart joyful that we have a righteous God? Why is your heart not rejoicing? You know why? You love unrighteousness within your heart. You love wickedness within your heart. Therefore, these things don't bother. Oh, check your heart. How far have you compromised? How far you have gone? How far is the hardness of your heart gone towards God? Job 21:13 read.
They spend their days in prosperity, and suddenly they go down to Sheol.
Man, come on. That is they spend their days in prosperity, but suddenly they go to hell. Who does that? Who does that? You do that? Okay, in movies they show and there is a wicked man prospering and a hero comes and he just bangs and he becomes a hero. In real life all heroes are also the same. Okay, in real life all heroes are the same, but God in truth does that. Psalm chapter 73 verse 18 to 20.
Truly, thou dost set them in slippery places.
Ah, man, see, can you see that? Can you see that? Wicked may be prospering, wicked may be becoming established, but do you know where they are standing? They are standing in slippery places. Any moment they will slip and they will be gone. Who keeps them in slippery places? You? Who keeps them in slippery places? God. Psalm 73 verse 18 to 20.
Truly, thou dost set them in slippery places. Thou dost make them fall to ruin. How they are destroyed in a moment, swept away utterly by terror. They are like a dream when one awakes.
Okay, can you see that? They are like a dream. That means that who destroys them, suddenly makes an end of them, suddenly a storm is brought and they are moved away, they are gone. Who does that? Then God does that. So you will say, so what? Man, what is, we selfish people will say, so what? Man, what about me? What am I getting through all that? Am I getting salary hike in that? Okay, am I getting any benefit for myself in that? Fools. That is the problem. You are never created for yourself. We were created for the praise of the Almighty. Okay, we were created for His glory and for His honor, not for ourselves. How far we have gone from His ways. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 13. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 13.
But it will not be well with the wicked.
Okay, it will not be well with the wicked.
Neither will he prolong his days.
Okay, he will not prolong his days
like a shadow.
Like a shadow.
Because he does not fear before God.
Can you see that? That is the end of the wicked. Okay, if you truly love God, you will hate wickedness like God hates it. Because this hatred is not coming in the lives of many of us, it doesn't make any difference in our lives. Come to Psalm 139 verse 19 and 19 to 22.
Oh, that thou would slay the wicked, O God, and that men of blood would depart from me, men who maliciously defy thee, who lift themselves up against thee for evil. Do I not hate them?
Do I not hate them
that hate thee?
That hate thee, O Lord?
And do I not loathe them that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred.
Can you say that this is the heart of a true believer? This is the heart of the true believer. Most of us have been living a life of we don't do those things, so what have we to do with that? Because you don't care about God. You don't think about God. You don't think about God's will, God's kingdom, God's righteousness. You don't think about God's name being sanctified upon the earth. We don't think about His name being hallowed upon the earth. We are just living for ourselves. We are existing for ourselves. Yeah? But God is really serious about that. If you will turn to Ezekiel chapter 9. I was sharing with some of them here. So Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4 to 6.
And the Lord said to him, Go through the city, through Jerusalem, and put a mark upon the foreheads of the men who sigh and groan over all the abominations that are committed in it. And to the other he said in my hearing, Pass through the city after him, and smite. Your I shall not spare, and you shall show no pity. Slay old men outright, young men and maidens, little children and women, but touch no one upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
Okay, so can you see that what is he saying? Slay old men and young women and little children and women. Why is he slaying them? What is the Bible saying their sin is? You know what their sin is? They don't care about the wickedness that is happening around them. They don't care about the abominations that are happening around them. They don't care about the evil that is happening around them, because they are saying we are fine. As long as I have food to eat, as long as I have water to drink, as long as I have a house to stay, as long as I have a car or a bike to live in, as long as my gas comes regularly to me, as long as my television works properly, as long as I am healthy, what have I to do with all the things that are happening around me? Is not that your attitude? You are living a godless life. You are living a life that doesn't care about God, God's will, God's name, God's praise, and God's purpose. You don't care. As long as I am fine, whatever happens around me, why should I care? If that is your attitude, you know what? You don't care about God. You don't care about God. Don't be deceived, man. You are being deceived by religion all these years because you don't care about God's will. Come to Amos chapter 6, verse 4 to 7.
Those who recline on beds of ivory and sprawl on their couches.
Now read in RSV. Amos 6, 4 to 7.
Woe to those who lie upon beds of ivory, and stretch themselves upon their couches, and eat lambs from the floor, and calves from the midst of the stall, who sing idle songs to the sound of the harp, and like David invent for themselves instruments of music, who drink wine in bowls, and anoint themselves with the finest oil, but are not
grieved over the ruin of Joseph. What will happen? Therefore, they shall now be the first to go into exile. What is the sin of these people? Is it wrong to sleep on bed? Is it wrong to go to church and sing songs? Is it wrong to eat mutton and chicken? Is it wrong? That is not what he is saying. What is he saying there? You don't care about God's will. You don't care about God's name in the earth. You don't care about the sanctification of His name. You don't care about His kingdom upon the earth. You don't care about His will to be done on the earth. You are just trying to be settled in life. You know what will happen? Ruin will come upon you suddenly, and you will lose all these things, and you will be sent into exile. Why? Because you don't live for God, you live for yourself. Check your life. Check your life. You have lived long for yourself. God never chose you so for yourself. God chose you for His will to be done on earth. His purpose to be done on earth. His name to be sanctified upon. That is the reason He chose you. He didn't choose you so that you can sleep on ivory beds and sing idle songs and invent instruments like David and sing songs. He didn't choose you for that. He never chose you for that. He chose you to do His will. Check your life. Where is it? Where is it going? Do you care? You don't care. One day you will cry. Come to Isaiah chapter 5, verse 12.
Just thankful.
Okay, now read from verse 8.
Woe to those who
Ah.
had house to house and joined field to field until
Now read in RSV.
Woe to those who join house to house,
Woe to those who join house to house,
who add field to
who add field to field.
until there is no more room,
Mm.
and you are made to dwell alone in the midst of the land.
Mm.
The Lord of hosts has sworn in my hearing.
Mm.
Surely many houses shall be desolate,
Mm.
large and beautiful houses without inhabitants.
Mm.
For 10 acres of vineyard shall yield
Mm.
but one.
Come to 11th verse.
Woe to those who rise early in the morning,
Mm.
that they may run after strong drink,
Mm.
who tarry late into the evening till wine inflames them.
Mm.
They have
They have
lyre and harp,
lyre and harp,
timbrel and flute,
timbrel and flute,
and wine at their feet,
and wine at their feet.
but they do not
They
regard
do
the
not
deeds of the
regard the deeds or the works of the Lord, or see the works of His hands. Can you see that? Can you see that? You don't regard His works, you don't consider His works, you don't understand His ways, you don't care about His kingdom, you don't care about His name, don't care about His glory. What you care about is about settling yourself. What you care about is to live for yourself. Yes or no? Having a good job, good salary, good money, good family, good house, good things, and what is he saying in 8th verse? They will add house to house, field to field. Their desire is so much that on the whole earth they themselves should dwell. That's it. But what will happen? They will go into exile. But this psalmist in Psalms 92 is not like that. He lives unto God. He lives unto God. He desires the glory of God. He desires His will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. He desires His kingdom to come on earth as it is in heaven. He desires that His name be hallowed upon the earth. Is that your goal? If not, who cares about the wicked? That's why no thanks, no praise, no declaration, no rejoicing, no gladness in Him, because you don't care about righteousness, you don't care about truth, you don't care about justice. All that you care about is yourself. Okay, but the one who really desires righteousness, the one who really desires God, will not be like that. Now come to the righteous. Look at verse 12 in Psalm chapter 92. Verse 12.
The righteous flourish like the palm tree.
Okay. Can you see the difference between the wicked and the righteous? Wicked sprout up like the wicked sprout up like the grass. But the righteous, what is he saying? Righteous flourish
like the palm tree.
Amen. See, there is a difference. They are not like the grass. They don't come up fast, they don't spread fast, they don't go fast. They grow up slowly but steadily. Okay, they grow up steadily. They grow slowly. So if you will see the palm tree, if you will see the palm tree, usually a palm tree doesn't grow fast. It grows quite slowly. Okay, it doesn't grow very fast. It grows slowly, but it grows steadily. Okay, that is something that we need to understand. Palm tree doesn't grow fast. It grows slowly. So our spiritual life also doesn't grow at one go. It grows step by step. But it is steady. It is not that it grows for some time and then goes to sleep and then grows for some time and goes to sleep. It's not like that. Its growth is slow, but it is not inconsistent. It is steady. Palm tree is like that. It grows slowly, but it grows steadily. How is your spiritual life? For many of us, our spiritual life goes into a sudden full josh and suddenly gone, nowhere to be seen. But then suddenly coming full josh, then suddenly gone. That is not a spiritual man. That is not how a spiritual man is. He doesn't grow and then backslide, grow and backslide, grow and backslide. It doesn't work like that. Palm tree doesn't grow like that. It grows slowly, but it grows steadily. That is its nature. And it takes a century, almost some centuries, for it to really become very, very fruitful. Do you know that? 100 years. 100 years. It takes 40 to 100 years for a palm tree to really start becoming fruitful. Oh man, you have been born again couple of years back. You want to reach Paul's standard. Come on. If you really know God, you will maintain that steadiness. Maintain that steadiness of growth in Him. The beauty about palm trees, it doesn't, if there is a heavy rain, it doesn't get affected. If there is no rain, it doesn't get affected. That is the beauty of a palm tree. Let there be a flood, it doesn't get affected. Let there be a drought, it doesn't get affected. Why? It has established its roots deep, deep in the desert. You know, palm trees grow in the desert. What is there in the desert? What is there in the desert? But palm trees grow in the desert. Okay, they grow in the desert. Look at Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7 to 8.
Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose trust is the Lord. He is like a tree planted by water that sends out its roots by the stream and does not fear when heat comes.
Okay, it does not fear when heat comes.
For its leaves remain green and is not anxious in the year of drought, for it does not cease to bear fruit.
Amen. Beautiful. That is a description of a palm tree. Okay, that is a description of the palm tree. It doesn't get affected. In your life, look at your life. If situations are fine, if situations are fine, you are fine. If situations are not fine, you are gone. You are not a palm tree. You are not a palm tree. If external situations define how you are, then you are not a palm tree. What you are, God knows. Okay, for a palm tree to produce good dates are the fruits of palm tree. Okay, for a palm tree to produce good fruits, dates, it takes literally 80 to 100 years of time. We, instead of getting established in the Lord, only look at fruits. We want best of the fruits within a day. I don't do any labor to get rooted in Him, don't do any labor to get rooted in His Word, okay, don't get rooted in the knowledge of Him, but we want fruits. From the day one, we want good fruits. How does it come? It takes time. It takes time. So for a palm tree to really bring up good fruits, it takes 80 to 100 years. It doesn't come from the day one. Now I am not saying wait for 100 years to do that. You will die by that time. I don't know if anybody will stay like, what is his name? Methuselah. No Methuselahs in these days. Okay, and it seems that once it starts producing fruit, palm tree, per annum it produces 300 pounds of fruit. 300 pounds of fruits it produces. That means when it produces, it really produces big time. We will see in Psalms chapter 15, verse 7. John chapter 15, verse 7. I am so fixed on Psalms.
If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, ask whatever you will, and it shall be done for you. By this, my Father is glorified. That you bear much fruit.
Can you see that when you bear much fruit? That means that every word that I speak, every thought that I think, every action that I do, when I desire that He will be glorified through that. That everything that I do when I desire His glory, His praise, His honor, His name, His righteousness, His truth, His justice should prevail. That is what drives me. Philippians chapter 1 verse 20.
According to my earnest expectation and hope that I will not be put to shame in anything.
Anything, man, that's amazing. I will not be put to shame in anything. But
that with all boldness, Christ will even now, as always, be exalted in my life.
Amen. That's the palm tree. That's the palm tree. It is not satisfied with once upon a time righteousness, once in a day righteousness, but its goal is always and only righteousness and justice and truth. That is a mark of a righteous man. He desires that in his life. Earnest expectation is that. Get back to that Psalms chapter 92, verse 12.
The righteous flourish like the palm tree and grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
And a cedar, another tree. He is not at all bringing grass anywhere. He is only comparing them with trees. He is only comparing them with trees. He says, they grow like cedar in Lebanon. It seems that the cedars which were planted during the time of Solomon, they were existing till 1890, thousands of years later also. They found 18 trees dating back to the time of Solomon in 1890 in Lebanon. How many years? Can you see the age of cedar tree? And cedar trees are very big, massive trees they are. They are massive trees, and the beauty about palm tree and cedar trees, their leaves are always green. They are always green. That is the beauty of palm tree and cedar tree. That's why if you will read the Old Testament, the Holy of Holies, Solomon covered full with palm trees. That means the architecture or the things that he painted or whatever he got them made on pillars, and throughout the Holy of Holies, it will be palm trees. And it seems that kings and temples, they will always have palm and cedar trees to represent God and godliness. So that is how a righteous man is. That is how a righteous man is. Come to Psalms chapter 52, verse 6 to 8.
The righteous shall see and fear and shall laugh at him, saying, See the man who would not make God his refuge, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and sought refuge in his wealth. But I am like a green olive.
Okay, can you see the difference between the righteous and the wicked here? Righteous is trying to learn from what he sees the wicked. Who is the wicked person? Read again. One who makes, read.
But trusted in the abundance of his riches.
Abundance of his riches.
And sought refuge.
Sought refuge in his wealth, not God. Okay, that is what is happening. Yes, for many of us, we seek refuge of job, refuge of money, refuge of relationships. Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? He is saying, who are they? Now I am not saying don't do jobs and all, but if that is your refuge, man, there is no difference between you and the wicked. Because righteous man doesn't make job or money or wealth as his refuge. Yes, you should work to sustain yourself. Yes, you should work to give. But that doesn't mean they are your refuge. They are your security. If that is where your security and your comfort is, there is no difference between you and wicked. You will compromise with the wicked. You will live with the wicked. You won't have a problem with the wicked. Yeah, keep reading.
But trusted in the abundance of his riches and sought refuge in his wealth. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the steadfast love of God.
Ah, man, beauty. Can you see that? Where is his trust? In the mercies of God. His trust is not his job or his wealth or his riches. His refuge is not his wealth or his riches or his position. Where is his refuge? Where is his trust? In the mercies of God. In the mercies of God. That's why Psalmist cries out so many times, Lord, do not remove thy mercies far from me. He cries out, do not remove thy mercies far from me. Because if your mercies are gone, then I am gone, man. I am lost for eternity. But how many of us really rejoice and dwell and consider and muse upon the mercies of God? How many of you really thank God for that forgiveness? Okay, thank God for the deliverance. Thank God for that overcoming. Thank God for that keeping from sin. How many of us do that? Man, in a day, if you are able to keep yourself from sinning, it is not your greatness, it is the mercy of God. Okay, if in a day you have been able to keep your tongue, it's not because of you, it is because of the mercies of God. Okay, when you see a man committing adultery, don't rejoice, don't think that you are better than them. Why? Because if given an opportunity, you would have done the same. You would have done the same. So don't, when you look at the failings of someone, don't take pride in that. Understand that God has kept you from that and praise Him for that. Understand? That is how you live. You are always aware of your own impotency to sin and wickedness. And therefore, your strength and your refuge are the mercies of God. Not yourself. Not yourself. It is His mercies that sustain me. They keep me by forgiving me, by protecting me, by keeping me from sin. Psalm 58 verse 10 to 11.
The righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bath his feet in the blood of the wicked. Men will say, surely there is a reward for the righteous.
Surely there is a reward for the righteous.
Surely there is a God who judges on earth.
Okay, how many of you can really think of Hitler, or how many of you can really think of all the wicked kings that have existed on the earth and really rejoice upon the end that has come to them? Can you really rejoice? I don't know how many of us have ever rejoiced. You know why? We don't care. For us, righteousness is not a big thing. Who cares? For me to deal with my own problems in life, my own struggles of life, okay, my own things of life are so many. Who has time to think about Hitler? That is a problem. So why is this psalmist thanking God and praising God and declaring His loving kindness and His faithfulness? You know why? Because he cares for God's will. Because he cares for God's name. Because he cares about righteousness. He cares about justice. He cares about truth. Many of us have nothing to do with that. So I don't know if I will explain the thanksgiving and the praising and declaring, because as far as I understand, it will still take some time for us to come to a place of responding like that. I would rather go to the aspect which is needed for us. Come to verse 6 in Psalms 92. Why such response? Why that thanksgiving? Why that praising or declaring not happening? Verse 6.
The dull man cannot
Dull man cannot know. Read from the previous verse.
How great are thy works,
How
O Lord?
great are your works, O Lord.
Thy thoughts are very
Thy thoughts are really very, very deep, Lord.
The dull man cannot know.
The dull man cannot know.
The stupid cannot understand.
Okay, the stupid cannot understand this. Can you see that? So if I tell about thanks, praise and declaring, it may just become another message. Let's consider the aspect of a dull man. Dull man cannot know them. The greatness of his works a dull man cannot know. A stupid cannot understand. You know why you don't praise upon the triumph of righteousness and upon the destruction of the wicked? Because you are a dull man. Who is a dull man? You know, the word that is used for a dull man in actual Hebrew is beast. Beast means what? Animal. Dull man is as good as an animal that you see on the road. Have you ever seen a buffalo rejoicing over goodness? Have you ever seen a cow dancing over righteousness? Why they don't do? Why they don't do? Come on, why they don't do? Why they don't rejoice? Why they don't sing? Why they don't thank? Why they don't praise? You know why? They don't have that capacity. But you have that capacity, but you don't make use of that capacity. So a dull man is someone who is as good as a beast. Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3.
The ox knows its owner.
Okay, the ox knows its owner.
And the ass its master's
Ass
crib.
knows its master's crib.
But Israel does not know.
Again, same word. Israel does not know. So that means Israel has gone to a state where ox is better than Israel and ass is better than Israel. That is a state to which Israel has fallen. And that is a state to which you have fallen. If you can't see righteousness flourishing and wickedness perishing. Okay, so that is a dull man. That means that he does not use the capacities or the intellect or the reasoning abilities that have been given to him for the purposes of God, but he uses his intellect and reasoning capacities for the things of vanity. Man, when it comes to going to market and buy vegetables, do you use your brain or not? Do we use or not? Man, how we bargain, man, how we bargain. Lord have mercy. That fellow will say 10, you will start with 5, yes or no? Why is your brain working there and not here? Why? In Raitu Bazar your mind works. In wholesale shop your mind works. When buying things of this life your mind works. In your job your mind works. But in God your mind doesn't work. Why? Beast. The capacities of intellect and reasoning were mainly given to you to know God. Okay, to know God and to do His will. Okay, so a dull man is somebody who will never try to see God in things of life. Never try to see God in things of life. I told this example, I think in one of my messages. When Hudson Taylor went to China, he was preaching Christ there. In everything he was praising. When he was looking at flowers, he was praising God. When he was looking at mountains, he was praising God. When he was looking at lakes, he was praising God. People there asked him, what kind of man is this? In everything he sees God. You know, why did they question like that? Why did they question like that? Because they have gone dull. Look at your life. When rains are falling, how many of us have really thanked God from the heart about them? Okay, seasons are coming. How many of us really thank God? A morning is coming. Okay, I don't know how many times you look at the morning sky, it looks so beautiful. Who paints it so beautiful? And do you consider that? ఏడా జాబ్కి వెళ్ళాలి, పరిగెట్టాలి, అసలు బస్సు పోతుందేమో, బండి పోతుందేమో, పెట్రోల్ ఉందో లేదో. That only has to be taken care of. Who will look at the sky, man? Who looks at the sky who doesn't have any పని పాటలు? Yes. నీకేం నా కూర్చుంటావు, చూస్తావు, నాకు పని లేదా? అంతే కదా, నాకు ఎన్నో పనులు ఉన్నాయి. ఏడకి గోతికి. Psalm chapter 32 verse 9.
Do not be as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose trappings include bit and bridle to hold them in cheek. Otherwise they will not come near to you.
Okay, so don't be like a horse or a mule. That means a horse or a mule cannot understand without a constant pain in their neck or in their nose. As a constant pain has to be kept in their nose so that they can be controlled. In your life, if you are not controlled, you cannot control yourself. Somebody has to control you. Somebody has to always tell you. Somebody has to always force you. Messages have to always rebuke you. You yourself will not take any effort to control yourself. That is an animal. Okay, that is an animal mindset. Okay, when we come to church, everything is fine. When we are out of the church, nothing is fine. Animal. It always requires a brittle in its nose, or else it will not listen. No, God cannot treat you as an animal. That is the problem. He made you in His own image, and He expects you to grow in the knowledge of Him. Psalms chapter 73 verse 22. Give me 5 more minutes, I will finish. Psalm 73 verse 22.
I was stupid and ignorant.
How good he says stupid. My God. So much effort he puts in. Yeah.
I was like a beast toward thee.
Okay, so that means that if you live without understanding and knowledge, you are a beast. There is no difference between you and a beast. There is no difference between you and a beast if you don't grow and live by understanding and knowledge. You should ask and pray to God, God, please make me a horse, please make me a donkey. If there is anything called next janam, make me an animal, don't make me a man. All this struggle, who has to go through? Yes or no? Cool life here. I'll fly like birds, I'll be like a donkey on the street. Cool life, my struggles of life here. Psalms 94 verse 8.
Understand, O dullest of the people, fools, when will you be wise?
Okay, so that is what God is saying. Understand, O dullest of you people, fools, when will you be wise? Become wise. Remember that you are made in the image of God. Strive to regain that image through Christ and in Christ. Okay, we will see again if we come back to Psalms 92 verse 6. He says, dull man cannot know, a stupid cannot understand. Stupid, the definition of stupid is, a dull man has a mind, stupid man doesn't have a mind. That is a Hebrew definition. Okay, at least a dull man has a mind which he doesn't use. Stupid is somebody who doesn't have a mind only. That means that he has fallen to such a state that his capacities cannot be used at all. They have literally become useless. Okay, his ability to reason, his ability to understand, his ability for knowledge of God and the truth about God or the righteousness of God or the goodness of God or to consider the mercies of God is a gone case. That is a stupid man who has lost the capacity to grasp. No, I don't think anybody of us have gone to that place. But start working. Start working. You know the thoughts of a stupid man. Psalm chapter 14 verse 1. What does he say? He says, is there a God? Is God there? Does God exist? Is God really there? You know why such questions are coming? Your capacity to know and understand is going to the extent of this stupid man. Now I am not saying this to rebuke you or condemn you. I am saying this to stir you up to get out of that state and start working. See where you have fallen. See how far you have fallen and repent. Yeah, read Psalms 14:1.
The fool has said in his heart, there is no God.
There is no God.
They are corrupt. They have committed abominable deeds. There is no one who does good.
Okay, so if you will see it, a fool says in his heart, there is no God. Okay, on the outside he might be saying God, 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 but his heart doesn't believe that there is a God. Look at your life. Have you come to this place? Man, it's time to get back. It's time to get back and find this God and live for His glory. Psalm chapter 49 verse 10.
For he,
Hmm.
for he sees that even wise men die,
Hmm.
the stupid and the senseless alike perish,
Hmm.
and leave their wealth to others.
Hmm.
Their inner thought is that their houses are forever,
Hmm.
and their dwellings
When this is the thought of a senseless man. What is he thinking? Read that.
their inner thought.
Their inner thought. That means it is not something that they say outside, but on the inside, this is what they think. What they think?
Their houses are forever,
Our houses are forever.
and their dwelling places to all generations.
Amen. So they are only living for this life is because they think that this life is forever. This is the only life. There is no other life after this. So live this life. Cry this life. Worry about this life. Struggle about this life. Again, only this life. Because only this life is existing. So establish yourself in this life, settle yourself in this life, build yourself in this life, because you are going to stay here forever. Now that is attitude. That is your inner attitude. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 22. Now before that, Luke 12:20 says. Luke 12:20.
But God said to him, Fool, this night your soul is required of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be?
Now, okay, think about that. When you are struggling so hard, working so hard, okay, bringing up things so hard, but ultimately if you die today, what will happen to all those things? Think. Don't be so dull. Don't be so stupid. Think. Think. Ask God for wisdom. Lord, if I die today, what will happen to all these worries, these struggles, these cares, these relationships? What will happen to all these things? What will happen to all these things? In India, Sati Prata is not there, so if husband dies, wife will not come with you. Okay, it is removed long back. Pyramids are gone. You know what used to happen in those times? Why such big pyramids? When the pharaoh will die, his slaves and his servants and his women and his cookery team, everybody will be killed. You know why? So that with him, all of them will go into the next life and they will serve him there. Praise God. Great. So that is not the truth. Okay, that is not the truth. Doesn't happen. You die now, you go alone. Nobody will come. Not your father, not your mother, not your brother, not your sister, not your wife, not your children. You stand alone before God. So think about that. Proverbs 1:22.
How long, O simple one, will you love being simple?
Okay, so that is what God is saying. How long will you live like that stupid, dull life? How long will you continue like that? How long will you continue like that? So the psalmist in Psalms 92 is somebody who really considers God. Okay, who has the reality of God, who has made God his refuge, who has made the glory of God his goal and purpose and aim of his life. That is why when he sees the wicked, when he sees the destruction of the wicked, okay, just lastly read that again, Psalms 58, verse 10 to 11.
The righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bath his feet in the blood of the wicked.
How many of us will do that? When a wicked is killed like that, he will go and take bath with his blood. How horrible to think of. But this man hates wickedness like that. Taking bath with the blood of a human being, how terrible. Can you imagine that? How terrible. But that is how he hates wickedness. He takes bath in the blood of the wicked. If he can think like that, that shows how he hates it. And if you are such a man, you will thank God for his righteousness. You will praise God and sing songs unto him. And you will declare his loving kindness in the morning and his faithfulness in the night. Let's pray.